What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Chords, that's Draven Grimes, and with us is our friend Snug Wrestling in the house. We are going to talk about the Undertaker Streak. We got a little bit of Becky Lynch news, and John Cena really loves his fucking McDonald's. We'll get into it right after this.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good, man. Happy Monday.
Absolutely.
Fuck Monday.
Well, all right.
We go through this every week. I do not like Mondays.
No.
No.
Certainly not. Certainly
No,
not.
sir.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing, my guy. Just another day in the business of the shoot job.
In the biz.
In the shoot job. I'm all right, my guy. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Nothing too exciting. I'm just trying to see why my keep talking
Well,
about
focus.
yourselves.
Since you want to be fucking selfish and rude, ladies and gentlemen, this is Snug Wrestling. We were on his show a few weeks prior. I believe it aired last week, so go check that out. We talked about the Hell in a Cell between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and the incident that occurred from that with a certain toolbox. But since he wants to be fucking selfish,
Toolbox gate. Look,
shut the fuck up. Snug, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm thank you for the nice intro. Thank you for the kind words and for plugging my show, the show that you guys did with me, man. It was awesome. I got to get your guys' thoughts on, the Hell in a Cell with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, and hear your guys' perspective from experienced pro wrestlers, experienced workers. So that was really cool, and I'm glad I get to be back on here, or get to be on your show to return the favor. So thank y'all.
Absolutely. So, where are we starting tonight?
let's talk a little.
you breaking shit.
Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. Seriously. Seriously, Funaki. Let's talk about Becky Lynch first. So,
she's a MILF, number one.
all right, well, show's over.
You so make sure you check us out on all social media platforms. All right. Go ahead.
So people have been wondering where she's been, rightfully so. Do y'all see like a weird bright orange thing on top of that? Oh, I see what it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hey man, I'm
Well,
easily
listen,
distracted by shiny things.
Well, do us a favor and put a hat on, and you'll be fine.
So people have been asking where she is. Rightfully, we miss her. She's awesome. Apparently, they couldn't come to a contract agreement. She asked for $2 million a year, which would be by far the highest female contract in WWE history. And they did not want to pay her that much. So, in you guys' opinion, do you think she's worth $2 million a year?
Well, let's go with this. What was her previous agreement? What was her contract for previously?
As far as it was $1 million plus.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think so, man. I don't think 2 million is. They can justify that. I mean, if they could, I think WWE would not hesitate to pull a plug or to, offer Becky Lynch that money. But no, Becky Lynch, especially her last run, man, I was not a big fan of what you know, her matches or even like her promos. Hey, but the people love her though, but I'm not one of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I didn't think her run
Not
was
really.
particularly that
You
impressive.
go take a shit.
Yeah, we can still hear you there.
Well, you know it. Okay, love you too.
I didn't think it was particularly that spectacular. I didn't think really any time since she's coming back from maternity leave that I haven't. She hasn't been the same since. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So, in my opinion, she would not be worth $2 million, but I certainly wouldn't close the door in case she gets a bigger offer somewhere else. Like
Right.
she cannot go to any other promotion. Like they cannot allow that to happen.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because
Well, I mean, if she goes to AEW, they'll show how much money they wasted on Sasha.
That's been a complete failure.
I know it's been a complete failure.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
She's got the amount of charisma. She's got a pinch more charisma than Brian Cage, but not much. All right.
You want to explain that,
dude? Even before we started the show, man, Brian Cage is a charisma vacuum. Like it doesn't matter. He could be in the ring with Sting, The Rock, and the Rattlesnake, and it would be a flat segment. He sucks the charisma out of everything he touches. So that's what that. I remember one promo. Oh my god, where when he was in Team Taz. And
you remember that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And on one side of and there was a little bit of strife between him and Ricky Starks. Mm-hmm. And Ricky just got done cutting this, really good promo where he was kind of throwing shade, but it was under wraps enough. Like it was a really well done promo. And when it got to him, Cage just steps out and go, "Who better?" And that was the end of the promo.
Oh God!
Like
no, I always wonder like why a guy that looks like impressive the way that Brian Cage does, or what's his name again?
Brian Cage.
Yeah, Brian Cage. Okay. He has a fucking crazy look. He's in great shape and he looks like a monster and he can move and he can do all these things. But then it's just like there's like nothing there.
An amazing in-ring talent. I will not take anything away from that man's in-ring ability.
But when he shows up on the camera, it's like
if he reaches for a microphone, someone should be ready with a blow dart at all times. That's what I'm gonna say. All
right. This has got off a cider. Let's get this back on the interstate, so to speak.
Okay, so Draven, you found the number. Becky's previous contract was $1 million per year. So
for 3 years.
Yeah, $1 million a year for the 3 years. So she wanted see, we're talking doubling her pay, and she didn't do anything in her last run to deserve a raise. I don't think.
I agree with that.
$1 million a year is a fucking fabulous contract. All right.
And that's your bottom line. That's not including merch. That's not including promos. That's not including any of that.
Does it include it doesn't include, like, they get that downside contract, but they still get paid at every single stop. Every time they're in the ring, they get an additional payment. Like, this isn't their downside contract. Sometimes, like I think Steve Austin's downside contract was $4 million at his peak, and he was getting quarterly checks for merchandise of over $1 million. Like,
those are one.
Yeah. So it's not the downside. Sometimes isn't even the majority of their money.
Exactly. I'm gonna agree with y'all. I don't think 2 million's worth it. I believe they could have met somewhere in the middle, maybe 1.25, maybe 1.4, but nothing more than 1.4 million.
No.
I think maybe this is a way for like the women to try to get equal pay with like the men. Because didn't Kevin Owens, at least in his last contract when he negotiated with the WWE, didn't he get like $5 million or something like that?
Give me
And
something. I'll
then
give you numbers.
Well,
and then now
their contracts are generally available online as far as the terms. So yeah, but you got to understand. You've got to take it. You have to take it from a pure dollars and cents perspective, though. You can't say, in my opinion, in this type of sport or this type of profession, you can't say men make this much or women make this much, because not only do you have more people making, more millions than her, there's a shit ton of people making the bottom line base contract. So you have to look at it at a person per person basis and say, okay, when she's on the card, does it move the needle? How much merch does she generally move? It's got all of that has to be looked into. And if you're not making them more than they're paying you, you're not getting a raise.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, for sure.
To bring up Kevin Owens' contract, it's $2 million.
Okay. Damn, my dirt sheets lied to me. That never happens.
Shocking.
What? Anyway, so yeah, this whole Becky situation, I think it's just getting blown out of proportion. I mean, if she wants 2 million, she needs to show that she's worth 2 million.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yep. All right. Well, let's take our first commercial break, and then we'll get back into this and talk about The Undertaker. Havoc Energy Drink is the energy drink for gamers and streamers by gamers and streamers. Not only does it have the B vitamins and caffeine that you're used to in your energy drinks, but it also has a healthy dose of creatine for mental acuity to help you win that next game or focus through that next stream. Go to tryhavocenergy.com and enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Again, go to tryhavocenergy.com, enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Also, Amazon Music Unlimited. If you use the link in the description, you can get your first month free off of Amazon Music Unlimited subscription. It's only $9.99 after that, and you can cancel at any time. Get unlimited access to over 100 million songs at the click of a button, and get your first month on the Heel Shit Podcast with the link in the description. Ta-da.
You didn't fuck it up tonight. I'm proud of you.
I didn't.
You have a really good reading voice for that, for those commercials. You ever thought about getting into some voice acting, if just in case, as a
wouldn't be
backup?
opposed to it, I guess.
Yeah, he certainly has a face for radio.
Yeah,
that's not what I was trying to say.
The audio podcast does so much better than the video podcast. I think it's more.
I mean, you got the lights dimmed down on your side. You see us. We're fucking sexy shit over here.
That's right. It's the camera. When you get your new camera, maybe it'll get better.
Maybe it will. It's a tall order to match such studly handsomeness, but
do not send me pictures of your chocolate starfish in AK. I swear unto Christ, you will find it.
I've got to return it now. There's no other reason for me to have gotten the damn thing.
Find a new co-host.
Snug, what you up to?
Apparently, I'm joining the Heel Shit Podcast permanently.
All right, the streak, and this was Draven's brainchild, and I was really happy and excited to get into this. Where did you want to start from, and where did you want to go?
To bed at some point. That would be fucking fantastic.
That'd
No,
be awesome.
so it's something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I figured I'd just get everybody's opinion on the table of what the streak meant to them, what they thought it brought to the business, and then we'll just briefly go through the streak itself, to each opponent, give a pro and con, except for John Gonzalez, God help us all. And towards the end of it, we'll just give what we thought was the best match in the streak, and besides John Gonzalez, God help us all, the worst match.
God help us all. El Gigante. All right, so direct traffic, bro. Well,
Who wants to start as far as?
I can go first. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I was looking forward to for every WrestleMania. The streak, the Undertaker. Who's going to be, facing the Undertaker at WrestleMania? Are they going to be able to beat the Undertaker? And it was that, and it was, the championship, whoever the champion was at that time. Now we don't have that. And now, like, hindsight, like being 2020, I kind of miss having something to look forward to WrestleMania, like a for sure thing, something that'll get my interest, something that'll draw.
Yes.
Yeah, now we don't have that anymore. So I kind of miss it, man. So in that sense, the Undertaker streak was a big deal. Big fucking deal for me, for sure.
Well, to piggyback off what you just said about it was the championship and then it was the streak. And you're right, we don't have anything like that. I'm kind of happy that we don't have it now, because if they even remotely try to fucking replicate that, it would just be bastardizing the entire legacy of what the Undertaker meant to WrestleMania. But you're right, dude. I mean, I think when I first started noticing it was when he actually acknowledged it at WrestleMania 18 when he beat Flair and became 10-0. I was like, wait, hold on. Well, there's John Gigante. But yeah, he's right. Technically, he's fucking 10-0 at this point. And then WrestleMania 19 came, and they only mentioned it slightly. It's only when WrestleMania 20 went back to Madison Square Garden, and it was Kane versus Taker 2, that they really made a big deal about it being the streak. And then from there, it really fucking took off.
I was about to ask you when they started recognizing it.
Like I said, it was WrestleMania 18 when Undertaker actually acknowledged it, when he counted on his hands the number of people he's beat at WrestleMania.
Okay.
WrestleMania 19, where he was supposed to have that tag match, it turned into a handicap match, it turned into a clusterfuck. Excuse me, indigestion. They slightly mentioned it on commentary, didn't really make a big deal out of it. It's when WrestleMania 20 happened, like I said, Kane Taker 2, where they really started making a big deal out of it. And then I feel that it really became that special occasion, that third championship, so to speak, WrestleMania 21, when Randy Orton and Undertaker worked it. And from there, it just really became something special. And I'll be honest with you, no matter what the card was for WrestleMania, I was always most stoked for whoever Taker was working, whether it was in the title match, whether it was fucking opening match, mid card, curtain jerk, I didn't care. Once Taker did his job, I was good for the night.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but the legend goes that this whole thing with the streak was completely done by accident. Like, I think it was Michael Hayes, the one that was like, the Undertaker's undefeated, and let's do something with this now,
That
just
was
like one of those things.
That was after WrestleMania 17. If I remember the story correctly, that was Taker Triple H won in Houston. Yes. And then that's where he kind of brought it to Taker's attention. He's like, oh, you're right. And then that's where it kind of just started evolving from WrestleMania 18 forward. But yeah, it just happened to be happenstance that Taker won every year he worked WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, Darky, what's your opinion on this?
I think as the years went on, I think they were smart to eventually start using it as a marketing chip. I still think, to me, it should have never ended.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But it was towards the end that became the most important thing in WrestleMania. That was the no matter like you said, no matter where it fell on the card,
Mm-hmm.
the streak was the biggest story every year.
Correct.
I think it was that important to the industry. I think it was that important to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss having something like that besides the championship. I know we got like the Ulafala right now. That's like a
And
pretty
that
big deal.
and that's kind of becoming like a third championship in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm more intrigued in that than I am whatever fuck Cody Rhodes is doing, whatever the fuck is Walter doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish that they can come up with something. I know they can't like do another streak or do anything compared to the Undertaker, but I don't know, something else maybe that can excite us in kind of like the same way that that streak did for WrestleMania. Like, I don't know, every WrestleMania you can expect.
It would have to be
I don't
something
know.
that is started and we won't know about it for years. Like you can't just create something like that. It's a spark that
Yeah.
is made on its own. It's
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, I think that they're getting better at long term storytelling. I don't think decades down the road is on their writing wall yet.
This is true. Yeah, this is something that's never gonna be able to get replicated. And I don't want it replicated. Like, I want to be real with y'all. I feel this was one of those once in a lifetime things, and because of that, and because of how naturally it built up, it just made it that much more special.
I agree.
So, all right, so now that we're done sucking the Undertaker's balls of streak, um, well, let's just briefly go through the streak itself, the wins and the fucking losses, and we'll just give quick pro and con. Did it mean anything to it? Did it add anything? Did it take away? Et cetera, et cetera. So let's just start at the beginning. WrestleMania 7, 1991, Jimmy Snuka. It was the debut for Undertaker at WrestleMania. I believe it was like a 4-minute match. It wasn't nothing special, and it was done to get Taker more over as a monster.
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing more to that.
Yeah, and that's well, all needs to be said. I mean, Snuka was still credible at the time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
was he still like the biggest babyface at that time, Snuka?
I wouldn't say he was the biggest babyface at the time. This was also the time of Warrior, Macho Man, and stuff like that. But he
Mm-hmm.
was he was certainly still riding the coattails from the '80s.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so Snuka, fuck it, it's Snuka. May you rest in peace. So next year was kind of a similar situation, but they kind of actually built up the story.
Mhm.
And even though it was a very brief match, I enjoyed the story they told. It was Taker, Jake Roberts, WrestleMania 8.
Mhm.
Um, I feel this was where Taker really got some character work in, working with a guy like Jake. He Jake has always been one of the two people that I've looked back on, him and Raven, for me to go and study promos.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake said something in a promo that I've kept with me my entire life, whether it be in the business or out of the business. Just because you're the loudest doesn't mean you're right. Because if you're important enough in that crowd of people, you can speak so softly, and everybody will hush to hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken that, and it, in my house, yes, that works. At a show, you've seen it happen. I don't grab a microphone often, but when I do, people shut the fuck up to hear what I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice.
yeah, this was a great match that really told a good story, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of hoping I'd see Taker get a fucking snake put on him.
Wait, hold on. I gotta draw attention to your extremely political T-shirt. All right, you're.
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see it. Let's see. You got the Hot 24 shirt.
Just happenstance. Just happenstance. I had to go get dinner earlier. I was like, I'm not wearing my work shit anymore. So yeah. Yeah.
Go out to
No
dinner
pun.
with Hot on. All right, that works.
No pun intended, huh?
You know who I voted for.
Yes, and he appreciates it.
Say it. Ah, he said it.
He wants to say.
Voted for me. That's what we
Should.
do.
Yeah. He didn't vote for me because he's
On the other box.
Yeah, write it in,
Yeah.
baby.
Yep,
Yeah.
I wrote it right the fuck on in. All right. So we're at 2-0. Let's go to 3-0.
Oh, this one's my favorite.
Cancel the show. I'm done. Oh, WrestleMania 9.
5 stars.
You and Rip would get along very fucking well. Let me just go ahead and say that now.
I'm just busting your chops, man.
That's all he ever fucking does. Matter of fact, he's in my DMs right now busting my chaps. Giant Gonzalez. The only match that Taker did not win via pinfall or submission in the streak. Need I say
Would he
more?
win by embarrassment?
No, he got fucking chloroformed and got disqualified.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
Chloroform.
This was god awful. Fucking awful.
I think if there was anyone like worse than, actually, I don't think there was anyone worse than Giant Gonzalez. Is probably that match he did with Goldberg at Crown Jewel, The Undertaker.
No, that was more entertaining than this fucking match we're talking about now.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Yeah, even though Taker almost died at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he would relive that match before he'd relive the Giant Gonzalez match.
Dude, he went on a whole fucking tangent when they were talking about Giant Gonzalez on his podcast 6 Feet Under a couple months ago. And he would just not shut the fuck up about the fucking clubs, because all he would ever do was club them in the back of the neck and the back of the head. Never the shoulders, never the lower back. It's always in the fucking neck, to the point Taker got fucking pissed off and started shooting on him. Oh, I wish I was there at that house show. That'd be fucking great. Always at house shows. Ladies and gentlemen, go to house shows. Go to house shows. They're fucking great.
That's when the good shit happens.
All right. Next match. We're going 4-0. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember this match too well. I think I maybe watched it twice in my life. Taker, King Kong Bundy. Bundy, you big fat piece of shit. Like I said, I've only maybe watched this 2, maybe 3 times in my life. I've definitely not watched it in the last 5-6 years.
It doesn't have a whole bunch of replay value.
No. But, I mean...
He was a big dude and Taker won.
Yeah, well, this was also in 1995. This is when, WWE was like almost like rock bottom on the lows.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it kind of felt like they were just bringing in like all these... like random heels, random monster guys, just for the Undertaker to, to make him look stronger, just to put him over. Like,
yep.
Well, same thing they did with Hogan. Same thing they did with whoever is there pushing at the time. I mean, it was just the beauty how he walked. That he was like, Thump says they don't really exist, but I think tweeners exist, and he's had such a great career walking that line. Like, he was a babyface a lot of it, but he was still the goddamn Undertaker.
Yes. All right, moving on. 5-0, and this is actually one of my favorites. This is top 5 for me. WrestleMania 12, Taker, Diesel. And this was the first time at WrestleMania he actually went more than 5 minutes. This was like 17 minutes or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
The first time?
Yeah, at WrestleMania that he went that long. And this was during that, and this was like the start of that transition of I'm not dead, I'm going into the cult shit. I enjoy this match anytime it comes on. It's two big beefy men slapping meat, basically. They're beating the shit out of each other. And the story of Diesel costing Taker the title, the Rumble to Bret Hart, and Taker getting his revenge on it is just fucking good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Really good match too. for two tall big men, really good match.
Yes. And they had chemistry. Say what you will, they had chemistry. It was good. Speaking of good, this ain't as good. We're going to 6-0. Taker, Psycho Sid, WrestleMania 13, and this one was for the WWF title. This match is infamous for a very specific reason. So legend has it that when Taker hit him with a choke slam to set up the tombstone, Sid shit himself. And then when Taker picked him up for the tombstone, he got it all right there in his face because he saw it like dripping on the side of his leg and back into his trunks, and he fucking panicked. Go back and watch it. And he fucking snaps that fucking tombstone as fast as I've ever seen anybody snap a tombstone in my life to finish that shit.
That could have ended badly for Sid. Just dropped him right on his head.
Could have ended worse for Taker.
How
you like to be able to say, yeah, I beat you, yeah, but I shit on you. Like, you don't. There's a toss-up on who wins that discussion.
Yep. I don't think any more needs to be said about that one. So we're going to 7-0. This is WrestleMania 14. This is the first time Kane and Taker touch each other, so to speak. And this is still like top 5 Undertaker matches, period. Not just WrestleMania, but Undertaker matches in general. Your thoughts?
Anything that has to do with Kane and the Undertaker, man, is classic fucking shit, man. The storytelling, the long-term storytelling that they got, you know, how they built it up. I mean, as a kid, when I was watching this, man, I was glued to the screen every time. So I think we probably talk about like favorite matches of this streak later down the line, but this one was probably my favorite. I'm already calling it.
All right, Darky Poo.
I think most competent wrestling fans would agree with pretty much what you were saying. I don't really have anything beyond that. This match was good, but I haven't seen it a whole bunch of times to remember exactly.
No, if you ever have time, I implore you go back and watch this one. This one is worth watching. The whole pay-per-view is worth watching.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving to 8-0, WrestleMania 15. The first ever Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. Taker versus Big Boss Man. I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing I remember is Undertaker committing capital murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the one where he hung Boss Man from?
Yep. This is the one. This is the one.
Yes.
The match wasn't special. They really didn't use the Hell in a Cell too much. It was basically just a match inside the cell, nothing been used.
The cell was basically a gallows. That's all it was basically used for.
Pretty much. All right. WrestleMania 17, 9-0. This is the first time Triple H and Taker worked WrestleMania. This is also the debut of the American Badass gimmick at WrestleMania.
Mm. Damn.
This was fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at the time on it. It's 18 minutes. This felt like a 35-minute match if you go
Yep.
back and watch it. Like it was good, and it had me the entire time.
Were you guys a fan of the American Badass gimmick when it first
I've always been a fan of it. I've always been
came
a
out?
fan. Always been a fan. Like if you go back and look at my rookie shit, bandana, cut, MMA gloves, like out the whole nine. I was a huge fan.
And it was my least favorite incarnation of the Undertaker. It was fine, but when he came back when he came back as the Undertaker after that I was very pleased to see the old gong Undertaker come back.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
What about you, Edgar? What do you think?
It took me months to get used to seeing him like that because I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't recognize this guy. This isn't the Undertaker. I don't know who this guy is, but it took me a while, and then I was like, okay,
It was me and Mark Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
It's Texas Red without the mask. All right, we're moving on. Fuck you. We're moving on. Don't be talking about my family like that. You understand me?
Are they all ginger?
I know me and Mark are. Maybe it's not. I don't fucking know. It's not like we talk a lot. Shit. Anyway, moving on. 10-0. WrestleMania 18. Taker, Flair. This was probably Flair's best WWE match fucking ever. But to me, this was just another Undertaker match.
Another what?
Just another Taker match. Nothing too special.
I don't like Flair in WWF. Like, there was nothing. I had a hard time believing that Flair won the world title up there. Like, he just didn't. To me, guys like the Undertaker, they were like so imposing, and I saw Flair as just this weaselly little puss, and it was like the fact that he could go up there and beat those monsters in a battle royal to win the championship, and then compete with people like the Undertaker. Like for some reason it felt like he was just a little small fish up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to completely explain it, but it just never him in his prime and WWF just did not mix for me ever.
Now you're talking about his first run prior to going back to WCW, right? Because this is his second run in WWE. This was 2002. This is like right before Evolution got its legs under him and Flair went basically being part-timing.
Yeah, to me, he was just beyond. It started not being believable for him to beat any of these guys the size of them at that point.
Right. All right, moving on to my favorite WrestleMania, just because it was the first one I ever watched live. WrestleMania 19, what ended up being a handicap match between Albert and the Big Show. Other than Limp Bizkit singing them down to Rolling, it was just a standard Taker match.
Yeah.
This was a triple threat?
No, it was 2-on-1 handicap.
Oh, 2-on-1.
It was supposed to be a tag match with what's the guy's name?
Nathan Jones.
Nathan Jones, and before they went out, Taker was like, he's too green for this, so they worked something else out where It was a handicap
He just
match.
did like a run in at the end,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's wild. He said, "Nope, I'm good off that.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude."
Yeah, he's like he can't handle that shit. So, um, yeah, it was just whatever. Nothing special to me in that match.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long ass time. That fucking
Nathan Jones.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Like who? Wait, what? Huh?
he wasn't even there for the full cup of coffee. He had a sip of it and set it down, and that was the end of it.
Yep.
Matt Morgan had more of a fucking stint than he did.
Well, good thing they didn't use him at that WrestleMania, because then that kind of would have been like a waste, wouldn't it?
He was too green. He was way too fucking
Didn't
green
he
for that
fuck up the
situation.
run in also?
Yeah, he fucked up the run in. He fucked up everything. That's why he got fired 3 months later.
Damn. Imagine being in the WrestleMania spot with the Undertaker and you just fuck it up.
And then finding out finding out day of, oh, by the way, you're not going on.
You thought you were about to get that big paycheck, didn't you, son?
Yeah,
Not this year.
no. All right, moving on to 12-0, and this is the return of the Dead Man, WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden. Taker Kane 2. Fun fact about this: during Undertaker's Last Ride docu-series, which I don't know if Dark's watched it, I'm sure Snugs watched it. Taker went on record to say that the Dead Man gimmick was only supposed to be a one-night thing. Like when he returned, he wanted to come back as the American Badass again. But Vince talked him into doing it for one night and seeing how it worked out. And then, one night turned into 2 nights to turn into fucking 20 years later.
Because everybody liked that gimmick better.
I was a fan of how he kind of made it a hybrid. It wasn't straight Dead Man. It wasn't straight American Badass. It was a hybrid version of both of them. He took the best of both of those gimmicks and really made it his own.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
This was really just a standard 10-minute match between two big guys. Both of them hit finishes. Of course, Taker went over. Nothing really too memorable for this one, sadly. Moving on to 13-0. This is WrestleMania 21. And this is where they really started putting emphasis on the streak and whether somebody can beat the streak or not. This was Randy Orton, Taker. I believe they worked 3 times in that year. One at Mania, one towards the end of the year, and then they did one at Armageddon. I think.
One of them was a Hell in a Cell, wasn't it?
That was Armageddon. I remember that one. I watched
They
that
beat
one
the
live.
shit out of each other on that one.
Yeah, because Taker went up 1. Orton got the win back. I remember the Eddie Guerrero tribute show where he put him on the back of the lowrider and ran him through the stage. And that went into Taker taking sabbatical, come back at Survivor Series, and then went into the Hell in a Cell match.
That was a crazy year.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
But yeah, this was actually one of Orton's best outings in his early years. I feel this is one of the matches that helped him grow immensely as a worker.
Yeah. The whole feud with Taker, grew his talent leaps and bounds just in that year.
Yeah. And also, a lot of people don't remember this. This is also when Randy got to work with his dad. Like, growing up in the business, that's a fucking dream come true. So I'm glad they was able to get that done while they were all relatively healthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fuck, this streak is long. All right. Moving into WrestleMania 22. This is Mark Henry in a casket match. I just remember the end of the match where he fucking actually hit the fucking tombstone on him. And I was fucking bewildered.
Yeah, that is a big boy to heft up.
That's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know where they found a casket wide enough for that dude. Like, he's going to have to special order one.
They probably just got the old Yokozuna one.
True.
Like, all right, we're going to paint this bitch black and put some fucking black paint on this bitch. All right.
That'll do it.
Now it starts getting good. Well, if it wasn't good already, it's getting good for me. We're moving
It's
to
been
15.
getting good since number 3.
I swear to God.
All right, that's the last one. I swear.
Yeah, I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. That's like me saying I'll never say hot 2 again. All right, moving into 15 and 0. WrestleMania 23, a very underrated WrestleMania in my opinion. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista versus Taker.
Mm.
And this is the first time I actually thought that they may actually break the streak as a fan.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
Batista was so fucking hot at the time. Why would you take the title off of him?
Yeah, he was. He was on fire.
Yeah.
They should have done it there, man. They should have just done it there.
Oh, shit. I lost you fuckers. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Draven. Hold on.
Shit.
All
Because
right.
you're selfish.
Selfish, bitch. What the
We all know you took a piss break. God damn.
That was the quickest piss break ever.
That's all you need. One shake and that's it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So
Yeah, but so Batista didn't need it, you said.
no, I don't think Batista needed it.
Mhm.
In all honesty, the one person that needed it got it, and it wasn't from WrestleMania 30. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're moving on. This is WrestleMania 24, which I was there live for, all 300 foot above the fucking stadium. Edge, World Heavyweight Championship. This match was fucking awesome to go back and watch on television a week later because I saw nothing but little fucking ants running around.
That's gonna be me this next one.
You going to Vegas?
I'm going to Vegas, yeah.
Fuck
But,
yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
Let us know how Rocky Roman works out.
I will. Most definitely.
All right. So there wasn't really anything special from WrestleMania 24 other than Taker winning the title again. So let's just move on. And these, I'm going to group them together because they're back-to-back matches with Shawn and Hunter. So WrestleMania 25 and WrestleMania 26 was Shawn Michaels. Two of Shawn's best matches fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the second match with Taker ended up being Shawn's retirement match, unless you include Crown Jewel 2019, which I don't. I do not, so we're not going to talk about it. Your thoughts on both the matches?
That was the one that fucking Undertaker almost broke his neck in half, almost damn near
That was 25.
and stuff. Okay. Yeah, no. I kind of remember a little bit of the matches because it was a while ago, and I haven't watched the matches in a really, really long time. But I remember the Crown Jewel match, Shawn Michaels' real final match. I remember that very
That wasn't
good.
real. That wasn't real. That was
It
a
happened.
Figment of our imaginations.
It would happen.
Yeah, so ill-informed. No, I mean, with those two, they were both great matches. I mean,
yes.
You couldn't have a bad match between those two at the time.
Ever. Fucking, like, if you go back and watch their In Your House fucking pay-per-view shows, they were just as good. All right. So for 27 and 28, which is 19 and 20 on the streak, it was with Triple H. Now, the first one was just a regular no disqualification match. The second one was inside Hell in a Cell.
Great match. Fucking all-time match.
I love these series of matches because this is that long-term storytelling where they built off of 25 and it got built off of 26. And then when Taker decided to work with Triple H, it went to fucking 27. And then fucking 28, I seriously thought then, because I was also there for that one, and I was a lot closer this time. I thought this was the last time Taker would work. I mean, it was 20-0. It was Hell in a Cell. It was the last. It was the end of an era, like they put it out to be, and it really fucking was.
Yep.
Like, if Taker ended his career right there, I would have been fucking fine.
Mm-hmm.
Would have ended on a high note.
Well, I mean, how much higher could you get than three of the most influential people of the Attitude Era standing on the stage side by side
Mm-hmm.
in unison? I mean, that was beautiful. I was so glad to be there in person and experience that with everybody in the crowd. And
Good times, man. Good times.
It was. It really was one of the memories I cherish for fucking ever. All right, moving on to 21-0. CM Punk 29. This match, after going through the 2 matches with Shawn and the 2 matches with Hunter, this was almost like a breath of fresh air for Taker, just to have a wrestling match on the grandest stage. And the fact that Punk wrestled that fucking match with the biggest chip on his shoulder made it that much better.
Agreed. Yeah. It's a really good match. They both did business.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 superstars. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, and see, this is a time where I stopped watching. Like, I went through like a period of time for me for like a year or 2 where I was just like, man, like I can't do it, man. Some of the things that I was seeing on TV at that time, I just wasn't feeling it, man. So I stopped watching completely. So this is during the time like this CM Punk match, and I think the one after that was the Brock Lesnar one that I didn't see. I wasn't watching, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. But we'll get into more of that when we get to Brock Lesnar.
Well, we're going right into that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I'm going to be honest with you, I have never, ever gone back and rewatched this show, let alone this match, than when I watched it live. Well, I'll take it back. I missed most of the triple threat afterwards because I was going down the street smoking a fucking Black and Mild, pissed the fuck off.
This is one of the reasons why I stopped watching, because of shit like that.
Yeah. So this is the first loss in the streak. This is Brock Lesnar. This is WrestleMania 30. Again, I remember it vividly. And I remember the hole I put in my wall vividly. And I kept making every fucking excuse in the book that the ref fucked up, that if you look quick enough that it was supposed to say 22-0, and like I had to fucking walk off from an entire fucking pay-per-view party.
It made
I
no
was
sense.
fucking mad. I was livid. And I still say Brock should have never fucking got that streak ended. It should not have been on him.
It still doesn't make sense, dude.
No. I told you. The one guy that needed it to elevate himself to the next level got the second fucking loss. And that should have been the end of the fucking streak, period. There should have been no more afterwards.
Wait, the second loss. Who is that?
We'll get it. We'll
Okay.
get to it. So for whatever reason, they decided to work Taker at the following WrestleMania 31 against Bray Wyatt. This is coming off his debut at SummerSlam the previous year, so he's only been there about 8-9 months. I feel this was too soon for Bray and Taker to work if they were ever actually going to do it. They should have put fucking Bray in there with somebody else and had him go over to build him up.
I'm still here, but my camera is losing its fucking mind, so I just turned that off.
It's the Wyatt 6.
That's right.
So was this match with Bray Wyatt? Was this the one? Was it 2015 Levi Stadium, San Francisco, or something like that? Okay,
Correct, good sir. Damn, you had that down pat.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be there and I didn't go. It's right up my. It's like 2 hour drive for me, and I should have
Mhm.
been there. And it still hurts me till this day. Undertaker was one of the ones that after my whole life of going to every single wrestling event that I've been to my entire life, which has been a lot,
Mhm.
including pay-per-views that I've gone to, I have not seen Undertaker perform. I never got to see him wrestle. Not one fucking time. And that was my only opportunity, and I fucking blew it.
Yeah, and WrestleMania 31 was actually a really good show. That was the show that Seth cashed in Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
That was the technical debut of Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon that night. The promo, it was overall a really good show, and I feel that it doesn't get its flowers like it should, other than the Seth moment.
That was a crazy RKO.
Dude, something that to this day has not been replicated.
They keep
That was,
trying, but nope.
yeah, let's just let that live. March 29th, 2015. All right, moving. We're going to go through this one fairly quickly because this was, in my opinion, this was dog shit. WrestleMania 32. This was Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shane saw something very high and said, "Ooh, I'm going to jump off of that," and that was the end of that.
That's exactly what it was.
That's the end of it.
Dad, I've never jumped off one of those before. All
Well,
right,
we-
son.
Well, we built that one up about 20 foot higher.
It
He-
really
he-
was. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
He wanted to get an attaboy from his daddy.
like the last true, like the original form of the Hell in a Cell was actually Taker and Randy in 2005. Like from 2006 on, they had like the structure that was twice as fucking high. We don't want anybody jumping off that motherfucker, but Shane looks at that son of a bitch and be like, I'm gonna jump off of
I'm
that.
jumping off of that.
It's such good shit, pal.
Such good shit.
I do Vince way too fucking well sometimes.
Try not to die.
All right. So other than Shane almost dying, I didn't really see any point in this fucking match.
No.
It was an okay match. I think the Hell in a Cell didn't bring anything to it. I think it had just been fine, just a one-on-one. So moving on. WrestleMania 33. This is 2017. This is the WrestleMania in Orlando I didn't get to go to. Roman Reigns defeats The Undertaker, making it 23-2. And this is the one I said that if anybody needed it to get pushed to the next level of their career, it was Roman.
Yeah.
I feel if they did this and then started to progress with the tribal chief gimmick, then it would have been built up even more. I don't really know the word because
Maybe a couple years earlier, sooner.
well, my whole thing is if they built it up sooner, would it been more legitimate than it already is? Like to me, Roman now is the most legit he's ever fucking been, even after losing the title. And I love the fact that he's not chasing the title right now.
Yeah,
So
for sure. It's just one of those things, man. The world will never know.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I was working at Little Caesars at the time, and I had it on my phone and I had it on the speaker, and I was working the closing shift, and we had just a fucking massive flow of people. And when he fucking put the hat and the coat and the gloves in the ring, I lost it. I fucking like it was almost like my fucking dog died in front of me. Like I was boo crying. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was fucking bad.
I remember that now. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming
Yeah.
back.
All right, so moving on. I don't see how this counts as a fucking match because it was only 2 fucking minutes. But it's
John Cena.
WrestleMania. It's John Cena.
Yep.
It was legit. A snake eyes, a boot, a choke slam, a sit up, and a tombstone in 3 minutes. There's really nothing to really talk about.
Nope. I still have
Classic.
no idea why that happened.
Well,
Classic Taker match at WrestleMania. Fucking 3-4 minute matches.
No
the
idea why
original
that.
well, the original concept was leading up to this that they were going to work a 30-minute match, and then last minute Vince said, "Nope, we're not doing that. I want you to go out there and basically squash him."
What the fuck?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know because it's covered in the Last Ride docuseries. So go back and watch that if you want to hear more about that. And we got one more. This is this is COVID Mania. Originally, I did not enjoy this, but I've gone back and watched it a couple times, and it's actually funny as shit. It's the most hysterical match ever. The Boneyard match against AJ Styles.
Hell yeah.
It was entertaining for sure.
Yeah,
Cinema.
Yeah, to me, this is one of those they made chicken salad out of chicken shit.
For sure.
To take one of your lines from when we were recording with you.
That's right. Yeah.
I love the fact that for shoot he punched through the fucking window and he was like, "Son of a bitch," and actually kept it in the fucking show. Like he was legit fucking heated. And he fucking kept going. I applaud that. And the fact that Taker did this knowing on the way to where they shot this that his brother passed away and he still performed this, basically his swan song with that on his mind in memoriam to his brother. It was special.
That's awesome. Yeah. No,
Who, Taker's brother or AJ Styles? Who's
Taker's
brother?
Taker's older brother passed away the day they were shooting this.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Sorry.
Yeah. Again, it's on the Last Ride docuseries. Like just like Punk, I'm an encyclopedia of Undertaker shit. Other than the
I'm learning a lot. Thank you.
Fun fact, he's also family. That wasn't a fucking joke earlier.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I can tell the resemblance now.
Yeah, he's like my third cousin.
That's crazy.
I know. And I recently found that out like a year and a half ago. I was like putting shit together. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta tell somebody. So so this ends the streak 25-2. We've had a lot of good matches, some great matches. One El Gigante match. So other than that travesty, what would y'all say was the worst match on this list?
I mean, if you really look at it critically, all the way around, the John Cena match was the worst. I mean, it didn't even need to exist.
Okay. That's a good argument.
I'm gonna say when the streak was broken versus Brock Lesnar because it just didn't make sense. That the finish didn't make sense. The outcome didn't make sense to me. Till this day, it still makes me mad. I'm not gonna say number 3 because that was the best one. So I'm gonna say the one versus Brock Lesnar is the worst.
So this is actually gonna shock Dark, but to me, the worst one was WrestleMania 19. My favorite WrestleMania also has the worst Undertaker match.
What was that match?
That was the one with Albert and Big Show.
Oh, yeah, no. Fuck that match. Yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah, but it's my favorite fucking WrestleMania. That's the thing. And the fact that it has, in my opinion, the worst Taker match other than El Gigante in the fucking world, it hurts me to say, but I just can't. I can't.
Who was the main event in that one?
That was Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle for the WWE title.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Brock tried to break his neck off the shooting star.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right. So we got the worst. So name your best.
Number 3. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna put my head through the fucking wall.
No, just kidding. Go ahead, Dark. You first.
The Hell in the Cell with Hunter.
I'm gonna second that one just because I was there, and I felt that with everybody there live. Nothing's ever gonna be able to top that for me.
I mean, you've got those three sealed in a cage together. Three absolute masters of in-ring storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And the emotion with it being, most likely the final match between any combination of these three gentlemen. Unfortunately, it was not. But
it was. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, no, hands down to me that wins it for me.
I'm agreeing with that. What about you, my guy?
Kane.
There's
Undertaker
two
versus
of them.
Kane.
There's two of them.
The first one, the
Okay.
Mask Kane, which, by the way, since you're related to the Undertaker, technically Kane is also your cousin.
That means I'm
Right.
related to a mayor. Fuck yeah. I'm good with that. I'm moving to Knoxville.
Have fun. Enjoy.
Hey, you're gonna come see me. All right. Well, that's been the streak. This is one I've been wanting to do since we started Heel Shit Podcast. We just never really had the time. I'm glad we had Snug on here tonight to give his opinion of it. I always love outside opinions.
Absolutely.
So do we want to talk about the McFlurry machine, or we want to
Absolutely. You want to play that audio?
Oh, I gotta pull it up.
So you know how when you go to McDonald's late at night and you really want that McFlurry or that milkshake, and every time that shit's broken.
No, not that one. Fuck.
Every time. Well, John Cena has a cheat code.
Well, here it is.
And this is Cody telling us about it.
On the golden arches, I won't stand for it. I won't. McDonald's is there late at night. One time, John Cena, me and John, 2 a.m., McDonald's, they always hit you with the same thing. Hey, ice cream machine's down. We can't make the McFlurry. Really? You can't make the McFlurry? What if I give you a $100 bill? This is John in the moment. They turned that thing on. McFlurry was right there for him. So people hating.
So it ain't broken, motherfuckers. You're just too lazy to get some fucking ice cream out of it. All right.
To be fair, because I've worked at a McDonald's for about 8 years of my life. Between the hours of fucking 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., it goes into what they call a heat cycle, to where it liquefies all the ice cream from the day before, and we're able to fucking restock it and shit and clean off what needs to be cleaned off. John was fucking very lucky that they are able to fucking override that shit. Because if it would have been like fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, you've been SOL regardless.
So what's your excuse at 10 p.m.?
We're fucked. Dude, I'm in the back doing dishes at 10 p.m., but don't talk to me on the goddamn ice cream.
I knew there's always a reasonable explanation for that. That's why I never argued it.
My favorite thing in the world is a fucking picture that was floating around Facebook a year or two ago of a Dairy Queen van in the McDonald's fucking parking lot. And it said, "It's okay, guys. We call them the experts."
Our ice cream machines work over here.
Absolutely.
You damn straight. And they're better. Oh, fuck.
Well, do you know why McDonald's became McDonald's? Because the dude who created the franchise, Ray Fink, he was a ice cream machine repairman, and he noticed that these motherfuckers needed their shit repaired constantly. So he was like, that's when he started paying attention, and that's when he got with the McDonald's brothers, and that's why we have McDonald's. All because of their broken ice cream machines.
So you watched the movie, didn't you?
No, I just know the story from business school.
Well, the movie's actually quite good too, and it's pretty on point.
So in a way, that's kind of their gimmick. Then they're living their gimmick.
I guess so.
Yeah, exactly. They don't kill kayfabe for nothing.
No
For
sir.
nothing.
No sir.
Shit.
Oh,
All
well.
right, man. Well, little bit over time, but that's all right. You want to do the pleasantries?
I will do the pleasantries. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget every Thursday night, it's your boys Dark Chords and Draven Grimes as we do nothing more than talk shit. It is Talking Shit, 8 p.m. Eastern on all platforms, wherever you get them. And don't forget, every Monday night, well, you're already here, so you know you like it, you love it, you need more of it. The original Hill Shit podcast, again, with your boys Dark Chords and Draven Grimes. I'm fucking exhausted. God damn it.
Right.
Where next week we promise, we
Nope.
fucking promise, no ifs, ands, or buts. Our special guest will be here. Nightshade will be in the fucking house.
Yeah,
Fucking
she
finally.
won't.
What?
She won't.
You're a piece of shit.
I literally just got a message that she's got a flight to Japan to wrestle and it's flying that night.
Okay, there's Wi-Fi on planes, motherfucker. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you try to hook into a podcast while you're on a plane.
Well, we'll figure out next Monday night. Fuck it. We're alive. And
she'll be on. Just bad timing.
Yeah. And of course, we like to thank our partner over here, Snug Wrestling, for joining us tonight. Make sure you check him out on all social medias, all streaming platforms at Snug Wrestling. The dude's phenomenal. He does great work. I'm glad to be on his show. I'm glad he was able to make time for us tonight. Any closing thoughts from old Snuggy Poo, as it is?
Nah, this shit was fun. You guys, thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
absolutely. Hopefully we can have you on again.
Yep.
Maybe we'll bring you on one Thursday so we can just
talk some shit.
Yep.
So we did that. We did this.
Can't wait.
Dino DNA carried a 6 Steiner man. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget the merch.
The merch
is
beautiful.
As always, we have Heel Shit Podcast merchandise. We have Forbidden Kingdom merchandise. We have the Fuck Logan Paul shirts and the uncensored and censored versions for the fucking snowflakes out there. We have, for the next couple of days, the Pole Watcher shirts that are still available. Very limited time on those. And let's see, that. Oh, giveaway. The giveaway will be announced next Monday night. We're going to extend it to this Friday night. Simple enough. We're giving away 2 Forbidden Kingdom t-shirts, the originals with the 3 skulls and the Sharon, I guess is his name, on the shirt. Easiest thing to do in the world. Just send us an email at heelshitpodcast@gmail.com. And the subject line, put happy anniversary. In the body of it, just send your shipping information and the t-shirt size, and it's as simple as that to enter for it. Worldwide shipping, no cost to you. Everything's on us. It's just one of our ways to give back to you guys, because we fucking love you. And I think that's about it. I hope fucking God it is.
Sounds about right to me. So we want to thank Snug Wrestling for joining us tonight. You'll probably see him every once in a while here moving forward. Seems to be a good time when he's around. So
yes, sir.
For Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Chords. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.